Hello and welcome to our heart chakra yoga class. I'm so excited to do this with you. I'm so excited to be here today. We are going to be using some props during yoga, so have your blocks handy if you have them. If you like pillows and blankets and such, or straps, just get settled in, have what you need. If you don't have any of that, that's okay. All we really need is you and a surface to practice on. Because we are working with the heart chakra today, I did bring some green crystals out. The color associated with the heart chakra is green, but also they say pink is associated with love, with the heart chakra. Generally in the chakra models, the color that you will see is green. Rose quartz is a love stone. It is a heart chakra, high vibration stone. If you like to have crystals in your practice, that could be one you bring in. I love fluorite. Fluorite can enhance the power of other stones. It's a very clarifying stone. It feels very pure to me whenever I work with fluorite, very guiding, very spiritual. And I honestly don't remember what this is. So if anyone knows what this is, you can comment in the video. I just know it's green, and when I picked it up, it felt really good to pick up. So I wanted to include it in my practice. Also, if you like essential oils, flower scented ones, geranium, jasmine, lavender, neroli, lots of those are great. I've even read orange and sandalwood. So what I gathered from the heart chakra oils is that whatever essential oil you enjoy that makes you in touch with something you love, something that feels good for you, will get you in touch with your heart. And today I'm mixing geranium with one called Breathe. It's a eucalyptus-based one, and the reason I'm using that is because I felt like I wanted to open up my nasal passages and my lungs to something that would open me up to be able to breathe a little deeper and really get in touch with my lungs, with my heart. So if you have an essential oil, feel free to bring it into your practice. And just let it take up your space. We're going to take a moment to get grounded, to get here today. If you'd like to put your hands palms together or hands on your heart, one hand on your belly, whatever you feel today, hands on your knees, on your legs if you want to feel grounded. Let's just be here now. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, giving yourself a moment to just settle in to your space. Sometimes to just get to a yoga class, even if it's on the computer, there's a lot that happened before we arrived in this moment. And there might be more that we have to do after this moment. But what we can get the most benefit from in our yoga practice is to just be here now, to get settled in to the present moment, to our breath, and to our bodies. And while we're here with our eyes closed, meditating, let's become aware of this area between our ribcage. This area of the heart chakra. We have three lower chakras: the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and our solar plexus. Then the fourth chakra is our heart chakra in the middle of our body. So right now my hands are a little above my breastbone, but the heart is more here. It's just a little difficult to put my hands exactly on it. So one way we can get in touch with it is put your palms together. And if your eyes are closed, you can just listen to the instructions. And if you want to open your eyes, you can, but you can also keep your eyes closed. I will describe it. So your thumbs can press against the middle of your chest, and you can become a little more in touch with that area. Breathe in, breathe out. Above the heart chakra, you have your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown. There's 3 above and 3 below the heart. Becoming aware of this area of your body, the middle of your chest, it helps to have an understanding of what happens in this area of our body. Our heart chakras give us the capacity to love, to feel empathy, to forgive, to surrender, to accept, to heal. Most importantly, the heart chakra. This is where we love. Breathe into this area that represents transformation. The feelings that get processed in our lower chakras and the thoughts and connections that come from our higher chakras all are transformed and processed and filtered through our heart chakras. This is where we feel compassion. It's wonderful to spend some time here, because here is where the root of all our emotional and energetic healing happens. With a balanced heart chakra, we feel grace, we feel love, we feel abundance of compassion, empathy, self-respect, and respect for others. You can imagine a green ball of light or a pink ball of light emanating from your heart, starting at your heart, this beautiful green light, and it starts to expand, and while it expands, you feel peace envelop you, gratitude envelops you, resilience envelops you. You have the power of your heart chakra enveloping you, and you are safe. You are safe to feel. You are safe to heal. And you are safe to embrace your truth of how your heart shows up for you today and all your days. No emotion is bad. No emotion deserves shame. In your heart, you can freely let the emotions pass through you. By cultivating the viewpoint of the watcher, we can watch our emotions and thoughts without getting stuck, without getting attached, without being hurt by something that is usually passing, such as an emotion or a feeling. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, you may flutter your eyes open. So a little bit more about the heart chakra. I like to focus on what a balanced chakra feels like, what a healthy chakra, an open chakra feels like, more than what the negatives are, because then we can think about and visualize, what is it that I want? What is it that I would like to achieve, instead of focusing on the negative. However, I'm going to just list a couple of characteristics that are associated with a closed heart chakra, or one that is overactive or unbalanced. So a lot of anger, a lot of grief, a lot of hatred, a lot of jealousy, can show up for somebody who has issues with their heart chakra. When you're in a relationship with somebody who has a blocked heart chakra, it can feel like you're just hitting a brick wall all the time. Or if you're unable to love, it can also feel being trapped inside of a room with brick walls because you're unable to just let those feelings flow through you. And our beings are beings of light, and we are designed to love. We are designed to feel feelings, to forgive, to express, to show our love for others, compassion, empathy, forgiveness. It's all part of being human. And when we are fully living in our truth, we're able to experience all the emotions of being human. Anyone who's experienced sadness, the more sadness that you have been able to actually experience without getting stuck in it, without getting blocked, is your capacity to feel love. You can feel only as happy as you were able to feel sad. So you have to have an open heart in order to be willing to experience the arrays of emotion in life. And some of us might be afraid to feel the negative emotions because there's an association with something that hurt us, something that maybe even traumatized some of us. So as we start to get better, imagine an onion, okay? So an onion is hard, right? You throw an onion at the ground, it doesn't smash or get dented very easily. It has this hard shape and has many layers, and it even has the peel around it. Imagine a blocked area of your body, of your emotional body, being like an onion. And as you realize things, as you journal about them, as you talk about them with a friend or therapist or whatever it is that you do for your emotional, spiritual journey, the layers start to peel off little by little. It doesn't happen all at once. And you suddenly have this open onion, and it shrivels away, and suddenly it transforms. Your heart is where transformation and change happens. It transforms into a beautiful flower with all its petals and its wonderful fragrant smell. That's what your spiritual healing and your spiritual work can do. And when your heart chakra is balanced and open, it is that flower. Instead of being a tough, stinky onion, think of that beautiful flower. And if you have your essential oil and have it in your space, just smell that and imagine the healing that's happening being what you're cultivating in your heart. And we can put our hands back in our heart area and ask ourselves, what is my intention for my yoga class today? Take a moment to let an intention arrive in your mind, in your body, and in your heart. What is my intention for my yoga class today? If one did not come to you, that's okay. Maybe one will come later. I offer up the one that came to me as one in case you need a little help figuring out an intention. My intention for my yoga practice today is to give and receive freely. And with an open heart chakra, we can give and receive freely. With an open heart chakra, we can be our true selves. And one of the things that bothers a lot of people, one of the things that causes stress for a lot of people is that imposter syndrome, is not being true to their true selves. Alfie, my little pup, he is in his bed, but you cannot really see him at this angle. But I want this angle so you can see me when I stand up. However, I'll move it later when I'm standing. Right now, I'll be sitting. And Alfie wants to be on camera. At least his blood does. Okay, so another thing too is spiritual growth. When our heart chakra is open, we're not afraid of spiritual growth. We embrace it. So I think that everyone who's here today, your heart chakra must be open to a certain extent because you are embracing spiritual growth. So good job. And let's begin our practice with a warm-up. We're going to roll our heads side to side, ear to one shoulder, ear to the other shoulder, ear to one shoulder, and ear to the other shoulder. Let's do this for a few breaths. Let it be relaxed. And if you feel inclined, you could start doing some gentle circles where you start to put your head back slightly. Do what is safe, what is comfortable for your practice today. Other direction. We're going to do a little tapping. So with our finger pads, we're going to start tapping this area in the middle of our chest. I have to tap through these little holes and above it. It's a funny shirt. All right, so we're tapping our hearts just to wake this area of our body up. Gently, we don't want to hurt ourselves, right? So just gentle taps. And if you hear the music, it's going bop, 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 bop. That's a good tempo for your taps. Just waking up our hearts. And we can add in an affirmation while we do this. The affirmation will be, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. If you'd like to join me, we can say it together. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. One more time. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, as you're tapping your heart chakra, you may feel some emotions come up. If you begin to cry or tears start to form, let them flow, let them come up. That is beautiful. You are healing. You are healing with every tear. And we will move our bodies and you will process those emotions in a healthy way through your yoga practice today. And this is all part of that onion being peeled, revealing your rose petals. One more time for our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Let's do a total of 3. So that's 1. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. 3rd time. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Keep tapping. Inhale and exhale. We're going to tap some other points and we'll come back to our hearts. So tapping the top of our head. We say our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Let's tap our temples. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Our third eye point, middle of our eyebrows. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now the sides of our eyebrows, the front part of our temples. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Top of our cheeks. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Bottoms of our cheeks. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath our bottom lip, middle of our chin, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Underneath where your bottom of your jaw meets the top of your neck on the sides, we don't want to tap the front, those are vocal cords, just around this area. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Moving down to underneath our collarbones. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Back to our hearts. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We can do sides of our rib cage. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And just to integrate this affirmation and the tapping vibration throughout our whole body, let's move down our rib cage. It might tickle a little, we'll do our waist. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping our stomachs with the palms of our hand this time instead of our fingertips. Waking up this area, you can move up and down your belly or have the hands stacked like this. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping our thighs. I deeply and completely, moving up and down your thighs. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping our calves up and down. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We can tap the bottoms of our feet and the tops of our feet. So bottoms first. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Let's cross our legs, hands, palms to our heart in prayer, and just absorb how this feels. If you weren't awake before, you'll be feeling energy running through your body now, if you're mindful enough. And pay attention to how your body feels. You might notice there's a sort of tingling, aliveness, awakeness running through your entire body and bloodstream from the tapping you did from head to toe. Especially we focused on the heart today. On an inhale, let's rise our arms. Raise our arms, inhale. On an exhale, let's say our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Inhale. Exhale. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the inhale, our palms face to the sky. Inhale. On the exhale, our palms can face towards the ground. So we're literally painting a circle of love and acceptance around us. It's like we're creating a force field of energy where only good can come in. Inhale. Let's empower this space. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. When our hands touch the next time, let's lean to one direction. I'm leaning towards my right. but whatever direction you picked is the right direction. Let's go to the other side. Breathe freely. Breathe however is inspired to you at this time. We're going to do some side bends, a few of them. I've studied Reiki, levels 1 and 2, as well as being a Reiki master. And from my understanding of energy and my experience with energy, also from studying tapping, EFT and such, the tapping exercise we just did, it's very much like a Tai Chi or Qigong type of, it's more of a Qigong energy healing exercise. And I don't believe that people need to get necessarily certified in Reiki healing unless it's something you feel inspired to do. I believe that it's within all of us to tap into our own emotional healing. Sometimes it helps to have a person facilitate and show us what we can do for our healing. On the next inhale, we're going to come up, exhale to the side, and open your heart just a little so we look towards the sky if that's available to your body. Just starting to shine our heart towards the ceiling. Inhale, come up, exhale to the side, and then start to just twist a little, looking up to the ceiling, opening your heart up towards the sky. Lovely. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to do arm circles. So if you're sitting down, you just start to drag your fingertips around you until they come to the side. And one hand stays planted, the other one that's in front opens up. And your heart starts to shine up. You can hang out here for just a brief moment, but let's continue our circles for now. Circling your head can come down and be nice and relaxed and just follow the flow. You may feel a stretch in your shoulders as you come forward even. A stretch into your chest and your neck as you go back. Nice, gentle circles waking up the body. Sometimes we think that we need to do intense, powerful moves in order to get benefits for health. And there's a time and place for everything. The thing I love about yoga, a practice like this, is it is for everybody. And it's something that you can do for a very long time. Into your old age, any age. Little kids can benefit from yoga, and all ages. Let's go back. Next time you find yourself back, and just lean back. Breathe into your heart space. Let's remember our affirmation. Do you completely love and accept yourself? If your answer is no, or I don't know, maybe today you just find a willingness to completely love and accept yourself. Let's switch directions with our circles. Other direction. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Let this practice be a gateway for you to find that deep love and complete acceptance of yourself. Only as much as we can love ourselves are we able to love others. Sometimes we need to find evidence of how we love others or love an animal or love a spirit in order to understand that we can apply that love to ourselves. sometimes it's hard for people to understand self-love when they haven't felt it a lot for themselves. So if you look at how much you have done for someone else in your life, or how much you have done for a pet in your life, and ask, can I apply that same love, that same effort to myself? Let's do our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Next time you find yourself back hanging out in the back direction, if that's comfortable for you. Coming up to a neutral, we're going to do a reverse plank. So I'm going to turn sideways, that way you can see me, but you don't need to. If you're in a seated position, you can lean back, palms facing your lower spine, feet coming forward. Feet can be together. I like pushing my thighs and my feet together. That activates my legs. And then, so watch one time before you try it, because you won't be able to see the screen and it's not really safe to be moving your neck around in this position. We will lift our hips and reverse the plank. And we're only going to be doing that for a brief second to start before we hold it a little longer. So let's inhale and push. On the exhale, we come up into the reverse plank. Our hearts are shining forward and up, lowering down. You can shake out your wrists if you want. Placing our hands back into position, we inhale and exhale, lift. Lowering down. Take a breath. We inhale and exhale, lift. We can say our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Lower. Lovely. Let's walk forward into a forward fold. We can bring our blocks to the side here and put our hands on them. And we're just going to lift up our spines. Long. Inhale. The feet are flexed. Exhale. Start to lower our belly button closer to our thighs, keeping our spines long. We inhale. Exhale, lower. If you feel comfortable with your hands on the ground, you can move the blocks. Inhale. Exhale, lowering. Think of your heart coming forward. We're keeping this area of our spine very straight, especially shining our hearts forward. We are working on the heart chakra. We inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you can relax over for just a moment. Say your affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Coming up, I'm going to lay back, stretch out our hamstrings. One leg comes in, and we can start to straighten it. Let me grab my strap. I have it today. So if you want to use a strap, we can put it around your foot. Foot is flexed. And you can hold the strap instead of holding onto your leg. And we're going to be here for a few breaths. So sometimes we have negative thoughts that can come up in our heads, and by having a go-to affirmation, it interrupts that negative pattern of thinking. So if you find yourself throughout this day, I invite you to use the affirmation of self-love. If you find yourself being critical, criticizing yourself, thinking any negative thoughts, and you observe it, first of all, give yourself a round of applause that you noticed you were having a negative, critical thought. Because when we notice something, that's when we can change it. So you can notice the thought and say, oh, I'm having a negative thought. I'm having a self-criticizing thought or an unloving thought. Oh, I forgive myself for that thought, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. That's actually where I want to be. That's actually the kind of thinking I want to have. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And that'll change the energy of your future thoughts, because you interrupted a pattern of negative thinking by becoming aware of the thinking, forgiving the thinking and letting go of it and replacing it with something even better. Now bring that leg to the side. Your arm can be open to the side. And if it's in your practice for your neck, you can, after you're long and you're in your twist, you can start to look to the wall behind you. Enjoy this position, enjoy this stretch. Bringing our leg back up to center. We can remove the strap if you're using it and lower your leg. Bringing the other leg up. If you're using a strap, we can wrap it around the arches of our feet and stretch out our hamstrings. If you're finding your mind is wandering and overthinking, an affirmation or a mantra can bring you back to the present moment. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, even when I'm overthinking, even when my mind is wandering. It's just part of being human. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I hope that as you're having this practice and you're saying the affirmations, you're feeling a warmth in your heart, an opening, a soothing, a welcoming feeling in your heart space. The more of us with healthy, balanced heart chakras, the better the world will be. We can be of service. We can be our true selves. We can love fully, honestly, openly, and deeply. We can set healthy boundaries. Let's start to twist to the other side, checking in with our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, coming back to center. We're going to have our legs in a bent position and do some bridges so our hips come up. Holding, not holding our breath, but holding our position, using our muscles to support us. And lower. Lifting our hips up. Breathing nice and deep. And lower. One more bridge. Up. And lowering down. Bringing our legs in, let's start rolling. We're gonna roll like a little ball and roll into tabletop. Waking up our spine with some cat-cows. We inhale, look up into cow, exhale into cat. Our spine rises towards the sky, navel towards the spine. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then we took our toes and we're going to push back into our first down dog of class. Hanging out here for a moment, you can pedal out your feet. And then when you feel ready, find some stillness in this pose. Your feet are about hip width apart. We can bend our knees and push away from the ground a little more, making our spines long. And then find the length in our legs again. walking forward. We can do a halfway lift, so your hands can come right below your knees, onto your shins, straight back, shining your heart towards the ground, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise up, palms touch. Exhale, heart center with our palms. Checking in. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Inhale, palms rise. Exhale, we touch the earth with our knees bent if needed. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's plant our palms to our first plank of class. And if you like, you can lower in plank position or put your knees to the ground and lower with some assistance from your knees. We're gonna come up into Sphinx pose here. So our elbows are gonna come near our chest and our palms are going to be, hands are gonna be open, fingers open. And from this position, push your palms into the ground, but don't lift your arms off the ground. Just make sure your hands, they could be gripping the ground a little bit, pushing your palms in. And then we bring our heart forward, top of our head towards the ceiling. And let's put our feet together on this one. No, actually slightly apart, it's more natural for the hips. That's what is being called in my heart for this position today. So we're coming forward into a Sphinx. Feel the breath, a stretch from your belly button all the way up your heart, going up your neck to the top of your head. Proud Sphinx pose. Okay, let's lower. Your palms can come to where your forehead would be, and you can look to one side and rest for just a moment. Returning to that Sphinx pose. Elbows to the ground, fingers spread wide. Elbows are close to the body though, it's not like super wide. Close to your body. We pull up from our navel so the hands are pressing in to help get this action where we pull forward, pulling our heart forward. Feel the stretch all along your front body. Inhale. Exhale. The more you push your elbows and your hands into the ground, the more you can pull the top of your body away from your lower body and really feel a stretch in your stomach, in your chest, in your neck. Head rises towards the sky, lowering down. Look to the other side, relax. We're going to do the Sphinx pose one more time, and every time we do it, you're going to feel something different. You're going to understand something different or new about the pose. It's the nature of repeating something. Every experience is new and fresh. Every experience is an opportunity to experience and to learn and to know. Coming forward, we put our palms where they were. Pushing into the ground, we pull our hearts forward. Now you can become aware of your back muscles, your upper back in between your shoulder blades. Those are even pulling together to bring your heart forward. All these different muscles in this small looking movement, you are quite active. Head rises towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, we lower. This time bring your hands near your chest. We're going to come up into a little baby cobra. Shoulders lift. Our hands are not pushing us away from the ground. You could even lift your hands in this position. You're using your upper back, lower back muscles to lift your body up. We're going to lower. Rest to one side. Coming back into baby cobra, hands come near our chest, and we lift. Using our back muscles, you can slightly support your hands on the ground to lift a little higher this time. Really trying to get the effort of the lifting to come from our spine, using all the muscles of our back, of our bodies, the backs of our hearts working, the backs of our heart chakra area. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Lower. Look to the other side. Now you have a choice of doing up dog or cobra. So I'm just going to talk about up dog really quick. In up dog, our tops of our feet push into the ground. So my kneecaps, you'll see, will lift off the ground. Pushing away from the ground with the tops of my feet, I do push with my arms up. My hips lift, my legs are off the ground. Up dog. So your choice. We're going to go into cobra or up dog. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we rise. Shining your heart forward in whatever position you're in. And lowering into child's pose, stretching out and resting at the same time. Wonderful. Coming to the tops of our mat, we can bring our blocks near our hips, near our feet. They're going to hang out here for just a moment. We're going to come up like this. Bring our hands to our heart, touching our thumbs to our heart chakra. Inhale. Exhale. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We start to look up, our chin rises. And in this position, if you're going to be checking your screen, I recommend you get out of the position if you're going to look. Otherwise, you can listen in and follow the instructions. We're just shining our hearts forward towards the sky. This is Camel, a variation of Camel. Starting to do a mini back bend. So we are looking back, looking up actually towards the sky. Heart shining towards the sky. Exhale, lower. So while you're resting, I'm just going to show you the next variation. So we were just doing this. We were in this position. The next one we're going to do is put our hands, my palms are facing down, on our lower backs. And we're going to start to lean back. More. You may even look at the back wall. If you're just looking up, that's okay. If you want to keep your hand where it was and lean back just like the first time, you can definitely do what feels right for your body. Trust your heart. We're going to put our hands to our lower spine and start to lean back. Breathe in here. And using your strength, support yourself to rise and rest for a moment. And the next time we do this camel pose, if you want to reach back for your blocks, you may. If you want to see how it's going to look, I'll demonstrate it first, so that way you can all practice safely. So you start to lean back and reach for the block. And that will be the position we go into. Only do that position if it feels safe for you today. Stay in hands to the heart or hands to your lower spine if that's what you're called to do. There's no need to do a crazy pose here. We're just focusing on shining our hearts forward for an opening in the front side of our body. So ready? Take your variation of camel, leaning back, trusting You know what to do. Some of you may want to put your feet on the hands to your ankles and take that variation again today. And lower. I did not bring my bolster here today, so I'm going to use pillows. We're going to do a supported fish. This really opens up our hearts. And I'm going to add a block to my pillow just to give a little more lift to my heart. So we lean back in fish pose. And this is another experiment with what feels good. You're going to have time. You may want a block under your head so you're not leaning so far back. Start. So you can watch this demonstration first before you find your variation. So the block is in between my shoulder blades. I wanted an extra lift. This is about the heart coming forward. And we just lie back in a resting pose. And as you can see, my heart is above everything else. And I may remove this block after a few breaths of being in fish if I feel like it, just to have more of an opening. So let's find your fish pose. And we're gonna rest here for several breaths. I'm already gonna remove this block. I feel like I need more stretch. Finding your fish pose. If you want to be in a reclined butterfly position, if that's what feels best for your body today, you can also take that option. Otherwise, you'll stay in a fish. And you may have your hands to your side, palms up, hand on your heart and belly, or both hands on your heart. Today, I'm taking the variation with my hands to my side. And as we get settled into this pose, let's say our affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. When our heart chakras are open, our ability to experience vulnerability is increased. Some people are not willing, and some people do not feel safe to feel vulnerable. When we are our true selves, we are all sides of a full human being, and we experience all the feelings. The more vulnerable we can be, the more our capacity to love and be loved. We can set those healthy boundaries and ask for what we want and what we need, and give and receive freely, with ease, with peace, and with grace. Mostly with love. Beautiful. You may stay in this pose for your Savasana, or if you come gently to the side, just rolling to one side and helping yourself come up, you can remove your props. Get into a full resting pose for Savasana. And I will ring a bell to let us know Savasana will be coming to an end. Otherwise, just completely let go here. Relaxing from your head, down your neck, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your torso and your stomach, relaxing your hips, relaxing your legs, relaxing your knees, the backs of your knees, and the back of your lower legs and your shins. Relax your ankles, relax your feet, the tops of your feet, completely relax. The arches of your feet relax. Make sure your arms and your fingertips are all letting go, and relax from your head all the way down to your toes. Completely let go and relax. Just breathe. There's nowhere else to be, nowhere else to go. And know that you will be guided and led when it is time to come out of your meditation. In this resting pose, you get to integrate everything you've learned, discovered, experienced in the last 55 minutes of this yoga class, or however long you are participating. I thank you. It is time to rest. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Rolling to one side, we go into our fetal position. Take a moment to let yourself be reborn in this moment as a person, as a being, as a soul who deeply and completely loves and accepts yourself. You have done the work. You have peeled that onion. You have replaced it with fragrant and beautiful flowers in your heart. With the strength of your arms, you can push yourself up to a seated position, bringing our palms to touch in front of our hearts. We can take a moment of gratitude for showing up for ourselves today, for showing up for our yoga practice, for doing something healthy for our minds, our bodies, and our souls. Thank you for practicing with me today, yogis. Have a lovely and blessed day. Bowing our heads in gratitude. Thank you. My heart feels so good. I hope yours does too. Yours does too, Alfie? Oh, good stretch. That's a good stretch, buddy. Good job. Oh, he's got a nice downward dog, doesn't he? Yeah, buddy. Oh, how long are you going to stretch for? A long time. Do you deeply and completely love and accept yourself? Oh, yes. He said, yes, Mommy. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Thank you so much, you guys.